like a very, very good point to make here. Do Muslim women cheat? Yes, yes, it happens. Why does a woman usually cheat, unlike a man? A man usually cheats if he's not fulfilled physically. A man, even if he cheats, he will say something like, "I don't have a problem going back home. Like, I'll go back home. I don't have an issue with my wife. It's just that I'm not maybe getting enough intimacy," or something like that. He would cheat. All right. As for a woman, usually she will cheat because of emotional support or not being emotionally fulfilled. And that's why it's so much more difficult for a woman. Because for a man, it's just physical, done, goes back home. Woman, it cannot. It breaks her. It breaks the relationship. It breaks the marriage because emotionally, she had a gap. There was something missing. She found it with someone else. She gets attached to that person because of the emotional fulfillment that she feels from that person. And now it's very difficult for her to act like nothing happened. And that's why men have to focus on the emotional fulfillment of their wives. Guys will be something like, "But I pleased her, but we did this." You know, like now it's happening. Subhanallah, subhanallah. I don't know what's happening. The tables are changing. Things are just flipping. Like the Prophet ﷺ said, towards the end of time, things will be flipped. Now we have women complaining that men don't want intimacy and men don't want to be intimate. It's like before it used to be men that women don't want to, or they don't give enough. And now it's like women complain that their men don't want to be intimate enough. Subhanallah. Right? But sometimes the guys are so ignorant in this field that they'll say something like, "Oh, it's, like we're done, right? Like we've done what we had to do, what's the big deal?" And they don't understand that it's not all about that for a woman. If she feels emotionally unfulfilled, she doesn't feel loved. And it's not like, "I love you." That's not what takes for a woman to say, "I love you." She has this sense where she feels you. She feels whether you mean it. She feels whether it's coming from your heart. She just does. Don't ask me how. It's just, an extra sense that women have. And you can say it as much as you want on your lips. If you don't really have that emotion in you, she will feel it and she will feel a void. Because most likely if she's giving it to you or she's in love with you, with the man, and you're not giving it back, she's starving herself emotionally. That's why she's feeling depressed and weak. Because she's giving out a lot of emotion but not receiving it back. Right? And that's where men need to be a bit emotionally more intelligent, to have emotional intelligence, to know how to communicate in that language with the woman. Because if the woman has a vacuum, a gap in that issue, in that field, she will, most likely, someone will make her feel nice. And if she gets that fulfillment from someone else, pretty much you can kiss your marriage goodbye. As for the man, if he cheats physically, he'll just move on and come back home most of the time. He's not gonna be like, "Oh, I cannot think about," it's just like he works just normally, back to business. But for the woman, no way. Because it was an emotional starvation and now she's fed some beautiful emotions that she's been wanting for so long. It's no way. She cannot go back to starvation. No way. And sadly, many men make this huge mistake of not having passion, not giving enough love, not caring. So then, yes, women now are cheating. Yes, Muslim women now, the tables are turning. I'm telling you, women are asking for more intimacy. Guys are not giving it. They don't have the ability. They're smoking. They're out of shape. They're tired. Like yesterday, I was talking to someone. They're like, "Oh, he's like, oh, he feels that he's gonna lose his power or something like that. He plays sports and he feels that makes him lose power." Are you kidding me, man? Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like crazy, just crazy. I mean, some of the things that I'm hearing, I'm like, my God, I thought I heard everything, and then you hear something new, and you're like, wow. Okay, so no, men need to wake up. Okay, because yes, women are cheating now. They are cheating. May Allah protect them, Ya Rab, and protect us, and may Allah wake up these men. I don't know what's going on, because we are to an extent have to take care of business at home, and it's not just on one level. It's on multiple levels, and emotion is one of the most important. Okay, that doesn't justify women to cheat. No, it doesn't. But I'm just telling you how it happens and why. Okay? There's no justification, but it happens. So we need to identify the problem and fix it. Not be ignorant. And you hear men saying something like, no, I don't want to get help. No, I don't want to talk to anyone. No. Like men are like impotent these days, some of them. And I tell them, like, get some help, man. There's doctors can help you. It's not that difficult. It's actually quite easy if you have problems. And you're telling me you're 40, and you're like 40 in Islam is like the peak of manhood. Like, this is when you're finally adult. At 39, you're still a child. You're not a child, but you're like a young adult. You're not a full adult. And now at 40, you have no power. Get some help. You know what they say? No, I don't need it. Why? I don't need this. Stuff like that. All the arrogance and the stuff comes in. For God's sake, like, come on. We need to humble ourselves, because if not, we're destroying ourselves. SubhanAllah.